Today I want to focus on a topic, and the reason why I'm doing this topic is because I get a lot of backlash from some of these guys in the conscious community, and occasionally atheists, but right now we're going to focus with the conscious community. And these guys, they love bashing the Bible. I actually heard a guy make a video talking about he's going to continue to bash the Bible and all of this stuff here. He's going to continue to focus on the Bible because as Christians, we've been brainwashed and all of this stuff here. So I kind of want to address that topic. Now, if any of you are Christian, you guys know that these so-called conscious people, they like speaking against the Bible because they believe that black people got the Bible because of slavery. And that's the reason why we have, this Bible today, that black people are just so dumb that we can't figure out, or we can't read the Bible for ourselves and make a conscious choice on whether or not we want to hold to the Bible or not. So they believe that we've just all been brainwashed and all of this stuff, and they want to continue to speak out about it. So my question to these guys is, let's just hypothetically say that black people got the Bible because of slavery, just strictly based on slavery. And black people have taken this book and they've decided to use this book or to live by the words that's in this book. And let's say that the white man really did give us this book. The question is so what? So what if black people have this book and they live their lives by it? And the reason why I ask so what is because how does this affect you? How does a person like me and some of you guys out there who've actually read this book in this context, and we know and we study and we see exactly what this book says in this context and we follow it, how does this affect people in the conscious community? Because let's face it, all of us who actually read this book and we go to church and we worship and we study and we pray, we're not affecting these guys in the conscious community. So conscious community, how does me reading this book affect you? Because a guy like me, besides these videos, you guys really don't know that I exist. So why would you care for the black people who take this book and they read it in this context and they worship and they pray, and what they see in this Bible, or the verses that you guys try to rip out of context and say that, oh, well, this is where slavery comes from, and, and this book was used to enslave your ancestors and all that stuff. Your ancestors died being enslaved by someone who has taken this book and the scriptures in this book out of context and used it to enslave your ancestors. But nowadays, you guys act like that we can't read this book and see that they totally took those scriptures out of context and they used it for their own evil will. But see, the intelligent person, the intelligent black person is the one who says, let me pick this book up and read it for myself. Let me see if black people, or what white people did to black people using this book, let me see if that's actually valid. And let me read it for myself. That's what I did. I opened up this book, I read it for myself, and I said, hey, these scriptures that these guys are trying to say that white people have taken out of context, or white people have taken this to enslave black people and all of this stuff here. But if you read this book in this context, anyone will tell you, any person with a thinking mind or a thinking brain would tell you that the stuff that's found in this book, it doesn't align with what you guys say or what the slave master said about slavery in this book. But like I said, so what? So what if someone took the words out of this book and enslaved black people for a certain period of time. Let's focus on today. And let's be honest, black people, we haven't been enslaved for what? I want to say about the past 160 years. Slavery's been abolished. For a lot of you who are still living in that time and you want to try to use 160 years ago to try to have a valid reason of why you don't follow this book, you want to go back 160 years and use that as an excuse of why you don't read the Bible. But then you get mad at people who today, like myself, read this book and I understand what it says because I know how to read and I know how to comprehend. Now, apparently you don't. You don't know how to read and you don't know how to comprehend. But you're upset because I know how to read and comprehend, and I've read this entire book and is currently reading it again, going through it again, and I know what it says and you don't. See, the thing is that this book has saved lives. It saved a lot of lives. I know people personally that this book have saved their life. People who were on drugs, alcohol, people who were in and out of prison, people who had killed and murdered people, and they picked this book up and it saved their life. This book has saved some of your lives. And I'm talking to the conscious community. This book has saved some of your lives. Some of you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for this book. Some of you wouldn't even know how to treat your neighbor, how to love. You guys wouldn't know what's right or what's wrong without this book. Because according to you guys, we're just all energy. And once we die, we just relinquish our energy and give it to the people that's living. This book talks about the Creator, the Almighty Creator. And this is what He's revealed to us about Himself. You guys don't know anything about the Creator that you claim to worship. He hasn't revealed Himself to you at all. So when you see a murder or when you see slavery and all of this stuff, you guys don't know how to combat that because the Creator hasn't told you how to do it. The Creator has just created you, and He or she or it or whatever sits back and watch you guys kill each other, sits back and just watch people do some of the most heinous crimes, rape, murder, sit back and watch people overdose. This Creator has sat back and watched people enslave other people. This Creator has watched black people be slaved. And guess what? Your Creator is silent on these issues. My Creator isn't silent on the issues of slavery and murder and rape. But your Creator is. And one thing I want to let you guys in on is that the conscious community, the reason why they are against people like us in this book is because this book is life-changing. Consciousness is not. That's why these guys are always walking around arguing. That's why they're always angry. When you see these guys, they have no joy in their life. These people have no joy. And they think that they're going to try to get joy out of trying to bash Christians, but they never really get fulfillment and joy out of bashing us. So when they see us as Christians taking this book, reading this Bible, going into church and worshiping, through all of the strife, all of the things that we're going through, we're able to muster up the energy. And we're able to find joy out of persecution, out of some of the hardest and toughest things that we go through in life. How we can be going through, just things could just be going wrong. There was a point in my life where, I had people dying around me. I was losing multiple family members, in this 1 year. The economy was bad. It was just terrible. And I was still able to worship and pray and still read this book and still find joy in the midst of it all. Because I knew that the God of this Bible is in control. And everything that He does is for His glory. And that this life is not just a life that's just permanent. Like, we're not just going to die and then that's just it. We know that there is an afterlife. and an afterlife with the Creator, the Almighty Creator. Not just, being reincarnated back to this earth or whatever, all of the crazy stuff that you guys believe in. But we know that there is an afterlife, and we have a chance to spend eternity with the Almighty Creator. That's where our joy comes from. But the conscious community, they don't have joy. They can't find joy in any of that. Because number one, they've rejected this book. Number two, they're still trying to figure it out. Ask them about this Creator. They have no idea who this Creator is and what this Creator is about, because this Creator has not revealed themselves to the conscious community. And they're steady trying to figure this stuff out, and they can't. They're frustrated. So the only thing they want to do is they want to continue to make videos about Christians. They want to bash Christians, saying, oh, it's all fairy tale, it's all allegorical. But then when you try to talk to them about it, they run and hide, and they want to duck behind cameras and microphones and DVDs. They want to sell essential oils and all types of just crazy stuff. So anyway, man, that's just kind of my little rant, once again against these guys. And if any of you guys are in the conscious community and you're looking for a way out, man, I'm telling you, Christ is the only way. And if you guys want to just hit me up, like I said, my email is open. If some of you people who are in the conscious community and you want to get away from this cancer and you just need someone to talk to, you need someone to explain to you some of these things, listen, man, my email is open. You guys can email me anytime. Like I said, I got Facebook, Twitter, but the best way to contact me is via email, and if you just want to talk and try to get some clarity on some of these subjects, then let's do that. I mean, I'm open, and there's some other people that are open too. But as always, guys, if you like what you heard, like what you see, like, rate, share, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a blessed day.